Stop scrolling for a moment because what's about to unfold isn't just another show update. It's the story that changed everything, retold with a heartbeat. The Chosen Season 6 has arrived and it doesn't whisper. It roars. From the very first scene, you feel it. The tension, the silence before heartbreak, the air that trembles with destiny. This isn't just the calm before the storm, it is the storm. And in that storm, faith is tested, love is wounded, and redemption begins to breathe. The opening, in the garden. The camera doesn't glide in gently. It drops you straight into Gethsemane, the garden where eternity bends toward its breaking point. There, Jesus kneels in the shadows. The world is asleep, but his soul is awake. The silence isn't peace, it's pressure. The weight of every sin, every failure, every heartbreak presses down until the ground itself feels like it could shatter. Not my will, but yours be done. It's a whisper, but it echoes through time like thunder. In that moment, he is utterly alone. The disciples sleep while he sweats blood. Heaven seems silent, and yet this is where love speaks the loudest. Every viewer feels it, the ache of surrender. The courage it takes to say yes when every nerve is screaming no. Then comes the sound that splits the night. Footsteps, torches, betrayal, the betrayal. Love meets darkness. Out of the dark walks Judas. Once a friend, now a traitor. His hand trembles. His eyes avoid the truth he already knows. He leans in with the kiss that history will never forget. A kiss colder than the night itself. And what does Jesus do? No fury, no condemnation. Just a gaze full of grief and mercy. That look, half sorrow, half love, carries more power than any miracle. Chaos erupts. Peter's sword flashes through the torchlight, rage slicing through reason. But even in that chaos, something divine refuses to break. A servant cries out in pain, and Jesus, bleeding, betrayed, still reaches out. He heals. Mercy, standing firm in the middle of madness. That's the first pattern Season 6 establishes. No matter how dark the scene gets, grace doesn't step away. It leans in closer. The trials. Lies louder than truth dragged through the cold corridors of power, Jesus stands before the men who fear him most. First Annas, then Caiaphas, and finally the Sanhedrin. False witnesses stumble over their lies, each one louder than the last, trying to bury truth beneath noise. Are you the Messiah? They demand. He doesn't hesitate. Doesn't defend. Doesn't explain. I am. 2 words, and the world divides. Rage fills the room. Some tear their robes, others clench their fists. But in that stillness, eternity listens. That moment defines everything that follows. Outside, another trial begins, the one inside Peter's heart. Peter's denial, the sound of shattered courage. Peter, the rock, the bold one, the first to step forward, now trembles in the firelight. A servant girl asks, "Weren't you with him?" He shakes his head, once, twice, a third time. And then a rooster crows. Silence. The weight of realization crushes him. His courage crumbles. His heart breaks open. It's one of the most human moments of the entire series. Peter's failure mirrors our own, and Season 6 doesn't rush past it. It stays there, in the heartbreak, because that's where redemption will later begin. The judgment. Politics over truth mourning comes with cruelty disguised as order. Jesus stands before Pilate, who is less judge than politician. His heart wrestles between truth and survival. The crowd outside grows louder, hungry for blood. "Crucify him," they cry, and with each shout, justice drowns a little more. Pilate washes his hands, but guilt clings to him like dust. You can almost see it in his eyes. He knows what he's done, and he'll never escape it. Then comes the scourging. The whip tears, the soldiers mock, and a crown of thorns is forced down until blood replaces dignity. Every insult, every lash, every jeer builds toward a single word: Golgotha. The road, the weight of the world. The cross isn't light. Neither is the world he carries. Each step up the hill is agony. The crowd spits and jeers, blind to the grace walking before them. Simon of Cyrene is pulled from the crowd. Forced at first, But when his eyes meet Jesus's, something changes. The burden becomes sacred. The moment becomes transformation. The nails ring out like hammers striking heaven's doors. The wood groans under the weight of redemption. The cross is lifted high. Some mock, some weep, but none remain unchanged. The crucifixion. Love, unbroken, hours pass. Darkness swallows daylight. 3 men hang between heaven and earth, but only one carries the world's heartbeat in his chest. A thief gasps for breath beside him. "Remember me," he pleads. And Jesus, still giving even as life drains away, promises, "Today you will be with me in paradise." To Mary and John, he gives each other. Even in agony, he builds a family from pain. Then, the cry that shakes creation itself. My God, why have you forsaken me?" It's not despair, it's honesty. The human cry that meets divine silence. And then, the final whisper that breaks the curse. It is finished, not defeat, not surrender. Completion, fulfillment, redemption fully spoken. The aftermath, silence with a pulse. As he breathes his last, the earth trembles. The temple curtain, thick as history, tears from top to bottom. The old wall between God and man collapses. A Roman soldier, hardened by countless executions, looks up, and for the first time in his life, he believes. Surely this man was the Son of God. That single line carries the whole weight of Season 6, because from here on, silence isn't the end. It's the pause before resurrection. The promise of what's next Season 6 doesn't stop at the cross. It pushes deeper into grief, confusion, and the fragile hope that something greater is coming. Episode 2 is already shaping up to be one of the most emotionally charged episodes of the entire series. Insiders suggest it will trace the disciples' fear as they hide in the shadows, torn between despair and disbelief. We'll see Mary's heartbreak, her world collapsing in quiet grief as whispers of resurrection begin to flicker like candlelight. The pacing won't slow down. The tone stays raw and cinematic, blending sorrow with reverence. Every scene will likely carry that same blend of holy stillness and human ache that made the first episode unforgettable. Reactions and anticipation fans are already flooding social media, calling this season the most powerful one yet. Viewers describe crying through episode 1, not from shock, but from connection. This isn't just a retelling of scripture. It's a mirror held up to faith itself. The series makes you feel every doubt, every tear, every heartbeat that leads to redemption. And that's why the anticipation for episode 2 is unlike anything before. The curtain has been torn, but the story isn't over. The world is holding its breath again, waiting for the stone to roll away. The reflection. What makes this season special isn't only its scale or visuals. It's the way it humanizes the divine story. Every glance, every hesitation, every breath reminds us that redemption wasn't abstract. It was personal. Jesus doesn't stride through suffering untouched. He feels it. He bleeds, he weeps, he loves through it all. And in doing so, he shows what unbreakable love truly looks like. That's what Season 6 captures more than any before it. The collision between eternity and emotion. It's not about perfect theology or spectacle. It's about empathy. And that's what keeps viewers watching, not just to see what happens next, but to feel it. The closing, beginning again as episode 1 ends, death doesn't have the final word. It's not the end, it's the turning point. The door to resurrection swings open quietly and everything changes. In the stillness that follows, something sacred lingers. You can almost hear the next heartbeat of hope. The story that began in the garden isn't over. It's only beginning again. And maybe that's why The Chosen continues to resonate so deeply. Because it doesn't just retell ancient events, it reminds us why they still matter today. It's not just about what happened then, but what it still means now. So what about you? What moment stayed with you the most? Was it the look in Jesus' eyes when Judas stepped forward? The weight of Peter's denial? The mercy in the middle of madness? Whatever it was, hold on to it, because the journey isn't finished. Season 6 has only just started to reveal its heart. And if episode 1 is any sign, the rest of the season will not only challenge what you expect, it will change how you feel. The storm isn't over. The redemption has only begun.